So this one device has helped me create every single day since I bought it, and I want to tell you all about it. It's Big Brother, and then the timeline of how I even got here. But this little tripod is brand new from this brand Omoton. I was advertised it all over TikTok. I bought it because I was like, oh, that looks really cool. And I got it and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And that's really what I wanted to make sure that I instill on you, that, hey, if you're looking to create more, you have some resistance, you want to figure out a hack how to do it, it's sometimes the gear actually matters. And in this case, this piece of gear actually has made me create every single day. And it made me shift how I thought about creating in general. How could a piece of gear like a tripod do that? Well, I'll tell you all about that in just a bit. But I really feel like there was a stepping stone to get here, and there's an important lesson. Now, I wanted to make this video because I figured, you know what, branding is cool for this channel, but I wanted a little bit of a casual side, a little bit more about the creating type, but not just cinematography channel. I didn't want a camera channel. I don't want it to be particularly a gear channel. This is helpful tools, helpful creative as part of the brand strategy. Now, I find that brand strategy requires content every single day, and not just one piece of content, many, 10, 20, 30 pieces of content every single day. That does include like duplicating something on TikTok and on Instagram, that would be 2. Or making 5 trial reels, that's also counts, iterating and so on. But you still are making more than one piece of content that is different than the others. Okay, so with all of that pre-ramble out of the way, let's start with the story of I bought this tripod a long time ago. I still use it because it extends like crazy tall. It goes up to like 6 feet. It goes higher than where I'm holding it. And I still use it for floor standing tripod when I want things off. But honestly, I don't take it around with me. I don't just like go for a walk and just carry this. Maybe I'll film. And I thought I would. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I'll put it in a backpack. But no, it's dumb. The remote is good. I use the remote for triggering the cameras. Wonderful. I kind of keep it in the house. Sometimes I throw it in the car if I want to film outside my car. But honestly, I don't really need this. Not anymore. Then I found this guy. This is also a TikTok advertisement. It's a Omoton. I don't know the model number, but it's this one that actually it's a tripod that extends. It has this little clip. I was like, oh, cool. I'll clip that onto my belt and I'll go for a walk. And if I film, then great. And then there's this latchy thing so I can hang it on things. Now, I still kind of use this. I use this at the gym because this magnet is very powerful. And then there's also this pivot there's the pivot at the head, and then there's a turning, which is different than this one. I'll talk about that in a sec. But it is heavier for sure, not too much heavier than this, but it's also just awkward. And if we look at it the size of the phone, it's very cumbersome. I do throw it in like my fanny pack and I'll go for a walk, and I was doing that until I found this guy. Oh, I'm super excited about this. But I keep this in a more medium portable way. Like I throw it in the gym bag. I don't throw this in the gym bag. I actually used to, but then I found, well, this is better. I just magnet onto the things. I can pull it out. I can hang this off of a tree branch, whatever. So I've made a lot of videos with this and footage from the gym. But then there's this magical thing. So, oh, it's so much lighter too. This is the new one, super slim. Now it has a few things that are the same, such as the tripod legs. And I'm going to tell you what, like, this is so cool. So, and then it extends just as high. So if I take this one out and I say, let's do apples to apples here, okay? If I put them side by side, they're more or less the same height. This one, again, there's just slight things. One thing that this does is pivot. This one pivots, but this one doesn't tilt back, and this one does. So you will get more angles of viewing. I use this at work. I just put it on the desk area and I pivot, and it's great. This one, I can't really do that same thing. I kind of have to finagle a little bit of a different thing. So here it'd be, whoops. I would have to do something like this with this one, and then with this one, I can kind of do this and I can have some marginal changes. That is a big deal because I can't do something like that easily with this. I have to kind of figure out a new way to get that same angle. But it reaches all of the angles that you could need because it turns and pivots, and the backside is magnetic on this one as well. So if you had something magnetic, you can slap that on that attaches like a light or whatever. Now, what is cool about this? Why is this so different? Why do I get so excited about this? Is because of how slim it is and how strong this magnet is. If I actually put it on right, I was putting it on backwards. This just can sit on my phone, and it does. It just very, very slim. It just sits there. It lives there. I actually just put it in my pocket, just like this, or inside my fanny pack. Way, way smaller of a footprint than this thing. If I put them side by side, this one's also always weird to collapse. It always takes a while, and I pinch my fingers. You can see night and day how much more annoying this would be to carry around everywhere. Where this one, I can carry around everywhere. Now, this is so cool because, like I said, it just lives on my phone or in a bag very easily. What's cool about this one is I may not have the pinch, or the magnet here is just as powerful, maybe a little bit weaker because it's just less dense, but it has the magnet here, but it also has this one other thing, which is this little mantis pod hook, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I bring out those legs and I can just hook it onto things, right? So if I say, hold up my phone, even if I was just doing webcam, whatever functions, it's just there. And this, I couldn't do that. I'd have to be pinching the thing or some kind of a finagling of this to get it here where I can just hook. And this actually is more usable than pinching because if you find the hook set up and you get this all good, you're good. With this, what I found, I was like at the gym and I had it extended like this. Let me show you. I had it here, and then there was a piece here like this. So I put it on, and what do you think happened? It started to do this. It started to droop, and then eventually, because of like the friction, there is some grips in here, still good, but you have to kind of be with the weight centered, because if it's off, it kind of does this droopy thing, and if it would fall off or just get droopy. It just doesn't work as well as having a hook. You just pop that out, and it just hooks on to whatever you're using. I think that this is a phenomenal piece of equipment. Highly recommend it. I think I spent 25 bucks on it. Just having this around the house, even if you're not thinking of creating content every day, which I'll talk about in just a second, I'll finish this video up with. It's just a really great tripod that's super slim. So if like I just kept it on the desk, you know, it's taking up no space whatsoever. Like I can just hide it somewhere and it's out of the way, versus this, you know, it's just kind of floating around. It's kind of annoying. So how does this actually help me create? Well, when you have the concept and the idea to create every single day, knowing that this is what's going to grow your brand, and you have the tool isn't like, you have no excuses. You go, well, I could just film right now. I can just pop this off. I can have a nice selfie stick. It's going to look better. Whatever way you want to film, horizontal, whatever. I can hook it on something. I can just prop it up. Just like every video that you see, everybody does the thing and they prop it up. And you're not propping it up for books and stuff. You just do it and you just set it and it's fine. Because of this, because it's so easy, I just think, well, I could create something right now. Normally I would be creating this video on the phone, making it a little short or a reel, but I kind of needed the phone to show you, so that's why I'm filming it like this. But really, at some point you have to let go of perfection and start thinking about how are you going to create every day. And you can create from your phone every single day. Put out an idea, record it, do very little editing, if any, and then just post it. That's it, end of story. And then you have the tools. You don't have to go out of your way to do something else. You just have it there, fits in your pocket or in a bag very easily. And oh, I got an idea. Maybe I should share a video about my fanny pack. Okay, cool. I'm going to talk about my fanny pack and how that helps me. Boom, record. This is my favorite fanny pack. I want to tell you exactly why. Most fanny packs are too elaborate, too expensive. This one's super basic and there's no reason, blah, blah, blah. And now I've filmed a video on this fanny pack, whatever, with my phone. End of story, collapse it, edit, post, done. Guess what? The more you post, the more numbers that come in, the better you get at talking, better you get at the ideas, the more reach you get, the more data you get. Everything is better when you create more. I've switched from quality leaning to quantity and just going all in. And then when I have time for quality, of course I will. It'll be like an art project. It's like, oh, this is nice. And just being far more efficient with making more is absolutely the best way to create as far as I'm concerned. Now, we are competing with AI, automations, people who are relentless, people who film and do their whole content strategy just on their phone. We're dealing with girls that are astronomically beautiful, pitching things that are garbage and selling it like crazy. People who have such personality, even if it's fake, people still watch it. We've got to create more. There's no way you can compete against somebody. If I said, there's that person in your niche that you wish you could be as good as, right? Say they are the top creator and they're beautiful, they're charismatic and so on, but they post once a week, once a day. And then here you are, and you are posting, let's just say let's say you posted 100 times more. 100. Who's going to get more traffic? Who's going to get more opportunities? 100 times a day versus once a day. 100% times more, you're going to get more views and metrics by the end of it. It'll take 1 month down the line. It's going to be, you just can't compete with quantity. You just can't, and it's measurable. And here I will say, and I'll final sign off. Quality is objective, quantity is measurable. So, a tripod, this tripod, will help you do that. I hope you like it. Till next time. Peace.